Hello everybody, this is Armstrong here, back again with another video today. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be starting a brand new series, which I am going to be calling NFL Weekly Trends, which is where I go over the games for next week and I give what I believe are the best games of the week and the games that I believe are the to-watch games. I will be giving my predictions, X factors, and etc. And some stats to watch out for. Please enjoy. Game number 1 of the weekly trends for this week, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars 4-4 taking on the Texans 5-3. This is going to be a very interesting game because both of these teams have been absolutely on fire as of recently, specifically, surprisingly, their offenses. The Texans and the Jaguars have both had very shaky offenses throughout the years, with Blake Bortles being pretty inconsistent, and the same thing can be said for Deshaun Watson. However, it's changed all for this year. The Jacksonville Jaguars have moved on from Blake Bortles in exchange for a younger Gardner Minshew. And Gardner Minshew has been absolutely on fire so far this season. 1,976 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, 2 picks, and a 46.8 quarterback rating, which is only 24th in the league. Honestly, considering how good of a start he's had, that's still pretty low of a stat. Going up against Deshaun Johnson, who has 2,231 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 5 picks. 75.4 quarterback rating, which is 4th in the NFL. Really, the only difference between the two of these guys is Deshaun Watson gets more yards due to his strong arm, but Gardner Minshew has less picks than Deshaun Watson. Now, both these quarterbacks are pretty equal in size, and I'm pretty sure that Gardner Minshew is going to give Watson a legit run for his money. However, I am actually going to be picking the Jaguars in this one to win, and the reason why is because of their run game. The Jaguars' run game is way far superior compared to the Texans. As the Texans don't really have any giant runners on the running back core, it's honestly pretty weak, at least compared to their passing game. I expect them to go for a lot of passing plays, which should work out pretty nicely against this actually pretty good Jaguars defense. Where the Jacksonville Jaguars, on the other hand, actually have Leonard Fournette, which is a way better runner in my opinion, and it should allow for this Jaguars defense to be a lot more two-dimensional compared to the one-dimensional offense of the Houston Texans. Another reason why I'm picking the Jaguars to win this game is because of their pass rush. It's pretty clear that these two teams have probably the best pass rushes in the league. However, I have to say, considering the Texans have J.J. Watt and Whitehouse, I have to say the Jaguars' defense has been pretty good. Rookie Josh Allen has definitely impressed with 7 sacks, which is actually top 10 in the league. He has been really good in that sacks department. Also, really good tackles for loss side of the ball by Calais Campbell. I really do believe that this pass rush is something else. That being said, Deshaun Watson should definitely be able to keep this one close. I'm going to guess 31-27. The trends, I have the 5-3 Kansas City Chiefs going up against the 6-2 Minnesota Vikings. Now, in this matchup, I actually have the Minnesota Vikings taking this. Mostly because the Kansas City is probably still going to have out Mahomes. If they do end up putting Mahomes in, again, I don't expect it to be that much of a difference since Mahomes didn't really look that good before his injury either. Matt Moore has actually played pretty damn good for this team, but despite his efforts, they still haven't found a way to win these games. Mostly because of their very one-dimensional offense. As LaShawn McCoy, he has really started to decline. Like, he went from one of the best rushes in the league 2 years ago to being one of the best, to being one of the average running backs. And I can tell you this myself, I'm a Bills fan. I saw his decline last year and I knew that he wasn't going to be good. I was actually happy when the Bills let him go. Honestly, I'm not sure if that was the best move by you guys to get him, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Now, the thing that probably will go into the Chiefs' favor is their amazing receiving core. Travis Kelce, Sammy Watson, Mecole Hardman, DeMarcus Robinson, and Tyreek Hill. That is an absolutely threatening receiving core, totaling 1,952 yards and 15 touchdowns between the 5 of them. Specifically impressive, Travis Kelce, probably the best tight end in the league by a large margin. 32 first downs, 230 yards after catch, 604 yards, 65 targets, 42 receptions. That's a 64% completion rate percentage. He has good hands, he's consistent, he gets open, he creates those first downs, he gets yards after the catch since he's big and powerful, and he is by far the most consistent option. So expect a lot of passes going his way tonight. Besides that, Cousins has played absolutely incredible for the Minnesota Vikings. Although inconsistent, if he has one of his good games, this should not be that much of a problem for Minnesota. And even if he does have a little bit of struggles, the Minnesota defense is absolutely elite. I don't even think I have to question this. It is elite. Even if Cousins doesn't have his best game, I think the Vikings have a really good chance of winning this game, especially if Mahomes isn't playing. I'm taking the Vikings. Probably 7 points. In number 3 of my weekly trends, I have the 5-2 Buffalo Bills taking on the Washington Redskins 1-7. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, I'm Travis Boss, why do you have the Bills-Redskins game in your weekly trends? Well, because I'm the Bills fan, and personally, I do really think that this is going to be a good game. And honestly, I think Washington has a better chance than a lot of you guys are expecting them to have. Mostly thanks to Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson is the rock of that Washington Redskins team. If they're going to be competitive in this game, it is going to rely that he has a good game. As the Bills' run defense got absolutely tortured last week against the Philadelphia Eagles, surrendering 218 yards and 5.3 yards per carry. They did not have a good game against that Philly run game. A lot of the reason being is because of tremendous run blocking by the Eagles. I'm not kidding. I haven't seen a better run blocking schemes than that game yesterday. Given that, we need to tighten up. I saw the Bills working on fundamental tackling in practice, probably because they weren't impressed with the way that we were shaking off those blocks and actually managing to get to the running back. A lot of those big plays that we surrendered, which was that gigantic play, I believe it went for like 70-something yards. That run play was absolutely huge. Taron Johnson sadly was not able to keep up. Honestly, I don't think that's his fault. That should have been stopped at the blue line. But again, tremendous run blocking created that chance and created a lot of other chances that night. I do believe the Bills will be able to take this thing though, since I do believe they will be able to shut down Adrian Peterson. If they actually prioritize into shutting down Adrian Peterson, I do believe they will be able to get this done. Will it be shaky? Probably. And will it be a blowout? Probably not. I'll guess 27-24 Buffalo. Going on to my game 4 of the weekly trends, I have the Green Bay Packers going to face off against the LA Chargers. Now, I'm expecting this to be a really good, fiery, high-scoring game. However, there's also a chance that it's not. The Green Bay Packers' offense has been absolutely on fire. I honestly don't think they've been getting enough credit. That's the main reason why I want to include this game in my weekly trends, because I really don't think people are giving the Packers that much credit. Matchup to watch, as we have Philip Rivers going up against Aaron Rodgers. Looking at Aaron Rodgers' stats, we have 2,324 yards, 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a 61.8 quarterback rating. Looking at Philip Rivers, 2,315 yards, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and a 51.2 quarterback rating. Now, both of these quarterbacks have no problem pushing the ball, as they're both actually pretty even in yards. The problem is Philip Rivers throws too many interceptions and not enough touchdowns. So he does manage to drive the ball down the field, but he throws too many picks, which leads to inconsistent throwing, where Aaron Rodgers only has 2 picks and 4 more touchdowns than Philip Rivers. You also have to talk about the receiving targets for both teams. Now, the Green Bay Packers actually have quite a few receiving options in their arsenal, but the main one I'd have to say is Marquise Valdes-Scantling. And the LA Chargers really only have Keenan Allen. And although Keenan Allen is a very talented wide receiver, he is probably going to get shut down by this talented secondary core by the Green Bay Packers. With Jair Alexander and Kevin King, that cornerback duo, I really do believe is going to shut down Keenan Allen. And I guarantee you Rivers is probably going to throw at least 1 pick. However, the chances of it being 2 is quite likely. This Green Bay Packers defense is too good just to fiddle and surrender to Rivers, especially with how good they've been playing. I expect the Packers to win this, and if I was a Chargers fan, I would brace myself for impact. Moving on to my 5th and final weekly trend, of the week, I have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the New England Patriots. This is a great matchup to be in fact. Lamar Jackson is by far, in my opinion, the perfect quarterback if you are trying to take out the New England Patriots. He is good on his feet. He's a running threat. He's basically another running back there. However, with a lot of people doubting him, he can actually throw the ball pretty decently. Like, people underrate how good he can throw. However, is he going to be able to put up against this incredible New England Patriots defense that is breaking records? As far as the Patriots offense, I actually don't believe that they will be able to score that many touchdowns. Baltimore has a pretty good defense. I do believe that they will be able to shut them down pretty effectively. The problem is Tom Brady. And this is why I am hesitant to pick the Baltimore Ravens to win this one. Because if history has told me anything, it's not to bet against Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. And although Brady's old, he is showing no signs at all of decline, which is absolutely amazing. I'm gonna have to take Tom Brady in this one. However, expect Baltimore to keep this one pretty close. They're a good team. Lamar Jackson, a good quarterback, better than it looks. And they have a pretty good secondary with old Thomas and some other guys in there. I do believe Baltimore will be able to keep this one really close. And they have a pretty damn good running game with Mark Ingram Jr. I believe that double threat in the run game is going to cause New England some troubles. However, in the end, I do believe the Patriots are going to win this one by, let's say, 7 points. Sounds about right. Thank you everybody for watching this video. This was Armstrong Hypersports here with my new series, Weekly Trends. Big shout out to my friend Garry for suggesting me this video and this new series. Honestly, I really like the idea and I really want to keep trying it. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I hope that all my predictions are right. If I am wrong, badly wrong, please be free to roast me in the comment section down below. I love a good cook on the barbecue. Thank you everybody, and I will see you next video. Bye bye. Signing out.